In today's video, we are going to do a summer bronzy look. The dog days of summer are literally here. It's hotter than Hades outside. The summer solstice was just a few days ago, and we are full swing into summertime, and it's time to do a bronzy summer look. This is my monthly collab with Andy from Andy Does Stuff, and Andy loves summertime, and she loves a good bronzy look. Leanna, on the other hand, likes a nice, cool, toned look. So coming up with something bronzy was a little bit challenging for me. And I had to have the bright idea of saying, well, let's build our own palette. Going through all my singles today to come up with shades to do this bronzy look. I was like, oh, look at that pretty cool tone. Oh, look at that pretty cool tone. No, Leanna, bronzy. Bronzy, warm. I don't know how well I did, but we're gonna find out. Hey howdy, hey y'all, Leanna here. I have glitter all over my face from going through my single shades. I was organizing them. That's coming up in a video really soon. But I built this little palette to do a bronzy look. How do I do? I think looking at it on my monitor, I think that looks pretty bronzy and summery, right? I've already put on all of my lotions and potions and serums and such. I have put on my base face. I will have all the products that I use linked down below. We're gonna jump right into this bronzy look. These first top 6 shadows are all Sydney Grace. These 2 are Makeup Geek. And this shade here is Devinah. I will tell you what the shades are if I use them. I'm not sure that I'm going to use all of these, although I really do like the way this little palette looks. I might have to play around with this palette for a while. I'm going to start off with this shade here, which is a Sydney Grace shadow, and the name of that is Nevada. I'm going to take that on a big fluffy brush. This is a Nikki LaRose BK Beauty brush. This is N13, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. I was a little nervous about using that, but I actually like it. That's a very pretty shade. So tell me, what shades or color stories do you like to use during the summer? I know a lot of people like bronzy type looks. I am really drawn lately to cool tones, but I have a feeling that I'm going to enjoy this warm type look, and maybe that'll get me back into using some of my warmer shadows. When I think about summertime, for some reason, I always think about pink. Because in the summertime, when I have a tan, I love pink nail polish on my toes. I think pink nail polish on your toes when you have a tan, and probably on your fingers as well. I don't really have on pink, but it's kind of a mauve-y shade. I just think pink is so pretty up against a really nice tan. I guess pink is probably more spring shade, although I wear shades whenever I want to wear them. I find it very interesting how Andy does shades based on seasons, and I would like to play around with color theory a little bit, but typically I just wear whatever I'm feeling. I'm very feeling kind of person. I go with whatever I'm feeling in the moment. In the moment right now, I'm really feeling this very pretty shade. This is a gorgeous shade. I love Sydney Grace eyeshadows anyway. They blend so effortlessly, and they really do very well on mature eyes. Next, I'm going to go into this shade here, which is called Tangerine, and that as well is a Sydney Grace shadow. And I'm going to use that in my crease I don't know if you'll be able to see it when I'm done, but I wanted to try to use as many of these shades as possible. It's so nice to use something a little bit different. I get into my comfort zone and then I find I don't want to crawl out of it. And so when people come up with things, people being Andy, that will, you know, push me out of my comfort zone, get my creative juices flowing. I really did enjoy putting this little palette together. It was difficult, I'm not gonna lie, but the end result, I really like the end result. That's a very pretty shade too. Sometimes too, I look at shades like these and I think, I don't know how well that's going to look on me, but I think it's looking really nice actually. The other thing that I always do is I always say, okay, I'm gonna go a little light-handed this time and not do such a dark, vampy look, but then by the time I'm done, that brush that I was using, by the way, is a Luxie 231. I've had this little brush forever. I think it was like one of the first brushes that I got. Now I'm going to go into this darker shade that is also a Sydney Gray shadow, and the name of that is Keep Smiling. And darken up my outer corner. Let's see if I can keep from getting too dark. Oh, that's really pretty. I just want to put that right in the outer corner. Normally I go up a little bit too high. See, there I go already. Getting it dark. I just can't seem to help myself. Maybe by the time I'm done it won't look quite so dark. I just love a good dark outer corner. Alright, I'm going to take this little Nikki LaRose BK Beauty N12. I love this little brush. It is such a good brush. And I'm going to take that crease shade and run that under my eye. Hopefully the camera wants to focus on Mossy back there. That's Mossy right there. When I turn my head, I'm gonna run that under my eye. Oh, that's pretty. I really like that shade. This is the first time I have used some of these shades, which is one of the reasons why I was organizing my single shadows, and I did declutter a few, you'll see that in the video, but so that I can start using them. I find that I really enjoy the process of building my own palette. I am loving this. I don't know how bronzy this is, Andy, but I'm loving it. Now I'm going to take that Keep Smiling and put that just in the outer corner after the camera quits focusing on Mossy back there. I like it. I really do like that. That's very pretty. Okay, now the hard part is deciding which one of these shimmers that I want to use. I feel like I need to use this one here because it is very bronzy. Let's see what shade that is. I know that that's a Sydney Grace. It is Bronzed to Perfection. I'm going to use a Refer. This is 28, and I'll use that to pack that on. Should I spray it? Maybe I should spray it. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I love that. I was really worried because I have been putting on cool tone shadows for so long. I was like, oh, I don't know about this bronzy stuff, but oh, I love that. All right, I think that I can use some of these other, I hear cat meowing. Are you in distress? That's Biscuit. Alright, now what shade do I want to put in the inner corner? I really like that one, but I also like this one. This is Makeup Geek in the Spotlight. I think I'm going to try that in my inner corner. This little shadow puller is from Devinah. It's a very nice little shadow puller. Oh yeah, that's not super bronzy, but it really does go with those other shadows. Oh, that's very pretty. I like that. I don't think I've used this shadow either. And I've had these Makeup Geek shadows for a while because, you know, they went out of business a couple of years ago, and it's still performing to perfection. I feel like I might need to put a little bit of that bronzy shade back in to marry those two together. Yep. And then for kicks and giggles, do I wanna? I think I might take some of that Devinah, which is La Mia. Feeling like I might want to take just a little bit of that and just put it right here at the tail end of that bronze, just to give it a little something something, just kind of patting it in place. And then I'm going to take this shade, which is Sydney Grace. Oh gosh, I know the name of that shade. Tangy Citrus. It is such a beautiful, soft yellow shimmer, and I'm going to use this Rose and Ben. This is an E27, which is the perfect inner corner brush, and I'm just going to put that right there, and I'm going to pull it kind of down a little bit. I love that shade so much. I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that that shade was going to be a part of this look. It is just gorgeous. How pretty. Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay, now let's see. I have not used this shade, which I don't think I'm going to. That looks a little dark. But I do want to use that shade. What's the name of that one? That is Sydney Grace Tall Boots. Don't you just love how they name the shades? I always wonder how they come up with the names of these shades. I'm going to take a little bit of that and put it right under my eye. I like a little bit of shimmer under my eye. Gorgeous. What do you think? I love it. I'm shocked. I think I might go back into that crease shade though, and maybe put that back a little bit. Oh, I love that. I am also going to take that Tangy Citrus and put a little bit of that right there. Right there where they tell you not to put it. Don't put that there. Okay, I won't. I just love how it just brightens up the look when you do that. Okay, I used every single shade except for this one down here at the bottom. Which one is that? Since I told you the names of all the others. That is a Makeup Geek as well. That is called Grandstand. Okay, I am going to go off camera and do my eyelashes. I've already done my brows. I'm going to do a lip, and then I'll be right back. And this is my final summer bronzy look, right down to the messy summer hair. I absolutely love it. I'm shocked that I do. Cute little palette that I made. I'm very impressed with myself. What do you think? How did I do? Let me know in the comments. The other products that I used the CERAVE AM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. It has 50 broad spectrum SPF 50, and I was gifted this by CERAVE. Thank you, CERAVE, very much for sending this to me. It does not leave that white cast on your skin. It actually blends into your skin very well. The only issue that I had with it was I wore it on a day that was kind of warm, and I was doing a little bit of work outside at work, and I started sweating, and that made my face a little itchy. I don't know if it came from this or if it was just the makeup in general, but I did feel a little itchy that day. But any other time that I've worn it, I did not feel that way. Very, very nice product. I really like that. For my foundation, I used my CoverGirl. This is my Holy Grail, as y'all can see, the big old fat pan in it. The CoverGirl Simply Ageless Instant Wrinkle Blurring Pressed Powder. This is in the shade Buff Beige. I have several different shades. I have a summer shade and I have a winter shade, which of course is a little bit lighter. I love this stuff, y'all. It is just phenomenal on my skin. It has hyaluronic acid, vitamin C in it. I used my House Labs concealer under my eyes. Y'all know I don't use a lot of concealer, but when I do, I love that one. I used the Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow. This is a little mini that I got off of Sephora, and I picked this one because this is a nice bronzer, warmer than what I normally wear because I always want to do a cool bronzer, but it is just a little bit more red, and so I thought that this would go really well for a bronzy summer look. I even used the highlighter, which is a little dark, on my décolleté to kind of give me a little bit of sparkle there. I used this little mini. If y'all are wanting to try products and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money and you're not sure if you'll like them, get the little minis. I got this little mini Hourglass. This is the ambient lighting powder in dim light, which is really nice. I used that in my T-zone, and I even used it to set my eye primer, which is the Gerard Cosmetics. This is the Clean Canvas. Love this. I also used my Ofra Madison Miller little palette. I used the blush because I thought that that would go as well. This doesn't have any information as far as shade names. And I used this highlighter on my cheeks, and then I covered that in this little Hourglass mini ambient lighting blush. It's Luminous Flush is the shade name. It's so pretty. Love these little minis. What else did I use? I used my Benefit Gimme Brow on my brows. I don't know what shade this is because I've had this for a while and it's starting to rub off. I used the Essence Volume Boost Lash Primer. I really like this lash primer. I don't have any lashes, y'all. This works really, really well. And on that, I used the Essence Call Me Queen. And then on the tips of my eyelashes, I used the Milani. This is the highly rated lash extensions. These have become my Holy Grail mascara when I'm wanting to get some length and some volume because I don't have any lashes. And then on my lips, I used the City Beauty City Lips Define Liner. This is the shade Blush, and I used the Plumping Lip Gloss. I had this on while I was putting on doing my look to help plump my lips up because I find the older I get, I'm 60, the older I get, my lips, I'm losing definition in my lips. And I've seen lots of reviews from women my age who say that they use this every day, and it's helping to bring that definition back into their lips. So I used it to plump my lips up while I was putting on my makeup, and then when I used this, I put this on top of it. So, and I love that. That might be a little bit more rosy than, you know, this bronzy look, but I don't care. I like it. I like how the whole thing turned out. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think? How did I do? Don't forget to tell me what your bronzy summer look is, or if you prefer different shades for your summer look. Don't forget to go check out Andy's video so you can see what kind of bronzy summer look that she created. Her link is down in my description box. Andy and I do a collab every month. We have been doing that for a very long time. I absolutely adore her. Thank you, Andy, for doing another collab with me and coming up with this great idea and pushing me out of my comfort zone. I love the look I created. Absolutely love it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, show that like button some love. And if you have a little bit more time, I picked this video for you to watch next. I'll see you over there. And I'll also see you in my next video. Okay. Love you. Bye.